So good morning, everybody. Welcome to chair yoga. So we'll start by taking a few minutes to relax the body. So sitting comfortably in the chair, just walking the hips back to the back of the chair, relaxing the back, extending the feet a little bit out in front of you, and just resting the hands in the lap. Go ahead and close the eyes. And turn the attention inward. Taking a moment to notice how the body feels. Especially noting any areas of tension or tightness. And we'll take 2 deep cleansing breaths. So take a nice big inhale through the nose and exhale it all out by blowing or sighing it out. And one more nice big inhale and exhale it all out. And then soften the muscles of the face. Relax the muscles of the neck and the shoulders. And then turning the attention to the breath. Notice the inhale and notice the exhale. And then we'll begin a nice even breathing, inhaling and exhaling to a count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. And just continue this nice, even breathing. If at any time it makes you lightheaded or dizzy, just go back to your own normal breathing pattern. And then we also set an intention for each practice to help remind us why we are here. So that may be a benefit you would like to receive, or just an uplifting or a positive thought or phrase. So think of an intention that you'd like to have for your practice today. And then with your next inhale, go ahead and lift your head and open your eyes. And we'll begin the warm-up by turning our heads to look out over that right shoulder. And coming back to center. And turning to look out over the left. And back to center, dropping the chin to the chest. And then picking the chin up towards the ceiling and jutting that lower jaw out. And bringing the head back to center. And then as you drop the right ear to the right shoulder, extend the left arm out to the side, just about maybe a 45-degree angle. Just deepens the stretch here on the left side of the neck. And then coming back to center and try it on the other side, left ear to left shoulder, and extend that right arm. Good. And back to center. And then extending the hands out in front, open and close the fingers. And then some wrist circles. And reverse. Good. And then extending the right hand with the palm facing forward. Bring the fingers together. We're going to do a little fine motor movement here called VW. So see if you can separate your fingers between the index finger and the ring finger. So you make this V. I think that's the Star Trek thing. I was not a Trekkie, so I don't know. All right, bring your fingers together, keep the two middle fingers together, and then see if you can separate the index finger and the pinky. So there's your W. Good, and then release it, shake it out, try it on the other side. So extending that left hand, and you'll notice one side's going to be a little easier than the other. So see if you can make your V. Good. Bring the fingers together. Try the W. So index and ring together, separate, or I'm sorry, middle and ring together as you separate the index and the pinky. Good. And then shake it out, relax that arm out. And then we're going to do a little hula. So we'll just to the right, keep those wrists nice and loose, two to the left, two to the right. Good, just let those hands and wrists flow. And again, on the right and the left. Good, and bringing the hands back to center. Sliding the feet in as you sit up nice and tall. We'll do some shrugs. So just pulling the shoulders up to the ears and back down. And then next time you pick them up, roll them to the back for some shoulder rolls. Good. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to do some stretching for the scapula. So you're going to take the back of the left side of the head to the left shoulder. And I want you to pick the left shoulder up to meet it. So tip your head back, just pick that left shoulder up. Now, pull the left shoulder down and drop your head over to the right, looking down. So you, again, now we're stretching towards the back. And then try it again. Bring the back of the head to the shoulder. You can pick the shoulder up to meet it. And then exhale as you drop the shoulder and your head down to that opposite corner. And try it again. Bring the back of the head to the shoulder. And then pulling that scapula, the shoulder down as you drop your head to the opposite direction. Good. Come back to center. Try it on the other side. So back of the right head, and I'm just picking up my shoulder to meet the back of the head. And then I'm going to drop my head now to the left. Pull the shoulder down. And try it again. And drop. Good. And back of the head to shoulder and drop. Really pull that shoulder down. So now you should feel that more to the back of the neck rather than the side where we drop the ear to the shoulder. Good. And coming back to center, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pull the left shoulder forward. So you see, I still have them down. Don't bring them up around the ear. Just pull the left shoulder forward and then turn to look out like behind that left shoulder. And come back to center. Try it on the right. Push the right shoulder forward and then turn to look at, you know, kind of behind that shoulder. Back to center. Try it again on the left. Pull the shoulder forward, turn and look behind it. Center and right. Good. Back to center. Let's try that one more time. Pull that shoulder forward and look. Good. Now remember, if this bothers your shoulder, you get a cramp, a pain, then stop immediately. And right, pull that shoulder forward and turn and look. Good. And come back to center and then just wiggle it out a little bit. Shake it out. Good. All right, let's work on the lower body by extending the right leg. Point and flex the foot. And then some ankle circles. And reverse. And then bringing that right foot in, and same thing on the left, point and flex. And circles. And reverse. Good. Bring that left leg back. And then we're going to extend the right leg and the left arm. And then bring them back to center and switch. So extend left leg, right arm. And switch. Good. Switch, right arm, left leg. Right leg, left arm. Good. And switch. Just kind of keep going here. Just extending the leg and the arm, keeping the back straight. Once more each side. Good. And then we're going to do hip walk it up towards the edge of the chair. Extend the right leg out in front of you so your heel is on the floor. And again, you're going to kind of back a little bit here so you can see me. Adjust yourself in the chair so that you can rotate on the heel. We're warming up the hip. Just let the leg do an internal, external rotation here, and you should feel that up in the hip. Good. And then switch legs. Good. Just rocking that leg back and forth. You're on your heel. Good. And then sliding that left leg back. And then sitting back in the chair, bringing the left hand or right hand around the side of the body, holding onto the chair. Inhale, bring the left arm up, and to exhale, then to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale the left arm down and switch. Inhale, exhale, then to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Bring the right arm down. Coming into a twist. Left hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, turning and looking to the right. And then inhale back to center. Switch hands. And to exhale, turn and look to the left. Good. Inhale back to center as you release. Hands on the thighs, coming into cat-cow, which is a spinal warm-up. we're arching and then rounding the spine. So if you do have osteoporosis or osteopenia, just keep the spine in neutral. You're going to be eliminating the cat part, which is that rounding. So we'll start with cow. With an inhale, you're going to lift the chest and chin up, arching the spine. And then with your exhale, either just remaining in neutral or tucking the chin, rounding the spine for cat. Inhale back to cow. Exhale, neutral or cat. And again, inhale, cow. And exhale, neutral or cat. Good. And then relax it out. So we're going to do a little warm up. This is actually a moon salutation. Normally we do it at the end of the practice, but we're going to use it as a little warm up today. So sitting about midway in the chair, we'll go slow through the right side of the movements and then speed it up a little bit. It will be with our breath. So with an inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, you're going to bring the arms to goddess and jump the feet apart. And then with an inhale, bring the right arm to the inside of the right thigh and extend that left arm up, looking up. Good. And then exhale, bring the hands to center. And inhale, you're going to switch. So now left hand to the inside of the left thigh, extend the right arm. And then exhale as you bring the hands to center, walk or jump those feet back. And then inhale as you sweep the arms all the way back up and exhale to the heart. So it's kind of short and sweet. Let's try it again. Here we go. We're going to start on the left. Inhale. Exhale. Jump the feet apart. Inhale, left side first. Good. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, right arm down, left arm up. Good. And exhale, bring the hands to center, walk or jump the feet in. Inhale, hands up and to the heart. We're back on the right. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale as you come to center, walk or jump the feet in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the heart. Good. On the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale, bring the feet together. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale to the heart. Good. Once more each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale to the heart. Last time on the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Inhale, sweep those arms up and exhale to the heart. Good. All right, let's come up to standing. So walk the hips up to the edge of the chair, shift the weight forward, and come on up. You will need your chair. So coming around behind the chair, I'm going to move it over to the side here. We'll start by coming into Tadasana, or our mountain pose. So as we stand nice and tall, feet are parallel with one another, about hip width apart, finding those four corners of the feet. Tightening up the front of the thighs. Arms alongside the body. Good. Lift and tighten the abdominals. Focus on the spine. Lengthening up from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. And then picking the shoulders up, rolling them down the back. And gazing forward. Coming back to that nice, even breathing. And just taking a few breaths here. And then, staying in Tadasana, I'm going to turn so you can see me. We'll take a nice big inhale, sweep the arms up, clasp your hands, and leave your index fingers pointing up. And then exhale, and with your next inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, bend to the right. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, bend to the left. Good, let's try it once more. Inhale, exhale, right. Inhale, exhale to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and exhale. Bring the arms down. Shake it out. So coming around the right side of your chair, we're going to do a couple hip warm-ups, and then we'll come into our poses. So keeping your left hand on the chair, shift the weight to the left leg, and then as you bend your right knee, we're just going to do a little leg swing. So just a nice, easy swing of that right leg. This is a great warm-up if you're going out to work in the yard or any kind of, maybe going for a walk even. You can do this before you go. Now, bring that right knee up, keep the leg bent, and just take that knee out to the side and back in. Good, couple more. Good, bring that right leg back in. Let's try it on the other side. So coming around the left side of the chair. Shift the weight over to the left leg, or to the right leg, I'm sorry. And then bending the left knee. Just start this little leg swing. Just a nice, easy swing. Just get the hip joint primed. Good, and then as you bring that leg forward, just take it out to the side. Make sure you're standing nice and tall, that your torso really isn't moving, you're just moving the leg. Good. And then coming back to center, we'll come behind the chair. So I'm going to move mine to the side just so you can see me. And coming into a wide stance. So we want to have our legs as wide as we safely can. You're welcome to hold on to the front of the chair if you need to. Now, take your toes and turn them out a little bit. Good. Now, we're going to come into a squat. You want to place your hands on the leg creases here. This is where you're going to be bending. You're going to push the weight back a little bit in the hips. As you bend your knees and start to come into the squat, try to line up your knees with your toes. So if you need to turn your feet out a little bit more, go ahead and do that. So the important thing here is I'm keeping my back straight. I'm just dropping my hips down. If you start to feel yourself rounding, then come on back up. You've gone down too far. And you just want to keep the back straight, lift the chest. Good. Take a couple of breaths. Good. And then with the inhale, come on back up. And then coming into warrior two. So we'll turn the left foot, so now it's facing forward. And then turn the right foot out at 90 degrees. So the right heel should intersect the instep of the left foot. And then you're just going to bend the right knee. Try to keep the torso upright in line with the pelvis. I just bent my knee. It's stacked right over the ankle, and it's in line with my toes. So don't let this knee collapse forward. Keep it in line with your toes. Good. So my torso is in line here. I'm facing forward. Now, bring the arms up to shoulder height with your inhale, but we're going to do something a little different with the left hand. We're going to place that on our hip. Right hand is still extended, and we're going to turn to look out over that right middle finger. So just a little arm variation for warrior two. Good. Keep breathing. And then with the inhale, go ahead and straighten the right leg. Exhale, bring the right arm down. Turn the right foot in, and then we'll try it on the left side. So turn that left foot out. Good. And then from the waist up, you're going to face forward. Bend the left knee. Good. Focus on that torso. Inhale, bring the arms up. Put that right hand on your hip as you exhale, and look out over that left middle finger. Good. And maybe with this right hand, this will make you a little more aware of that torso, so you're not leaning forward. You can press a little bit into your hand to get that torso more upright. Good. And continue to breathe. Good. And then inhale, go ahead and straighten that left leg. Bring the arm down. Turn the left foot in. Walk the feet together. And then coming around the back of the chair again. This time we're going to hold on to the back of the chair to come into downward facing dog. So placing the hands on the back, bend the knees as you walk back, extending through the arms, pull the shoulders down the back. Start with a bend in the knee as you drop the chest and the head down to the floor. And then depending on the flexibility in the hamstrings, possibly lengthening by extending the legs. And continue to breathe. Good, and then go ahead and bend the knees as you inhale, walking forward, lifting the torso. And then coming around the right side of the chair, we're going to come into tree pose. So the chair is there for support if you need it. We'll start by shifting the weight into the left leg, bending the right knee, turning the knee a little bit out to the side. Your hips still are facing forward. You can bring the right foot over to the left ankle, resting your toes on the floor, bringing the hands to prayer, or maybe just even one hand holding onto the chair. If you're okay here, possibly trying to lift that right foot off the floor and rest it on the calf of the left leg. Good. And then get your balance here. Find your gazing point as you extend that arm up. Maybe both. Whatever is a challenge for you. If not, just keep that hand on the chair and continue to breathe. Good. And then exhale, bring the right arm down, release that right leg, walk it out or shake out that left leg. And then we'll try it on the other side. All right. Shifting the weight over to the right leg, bend that left knee. Again, you're coming out at a little bit of an angle here. Sliding that left foot over, keep your toes on the floor if you need to, keep a hand on the chair. Otherwise, picking that foot up, placing it on the outside of the calf. You just don't want to push against the knee joint. Again, start with the hands in prayer, or maybe one hand. As you feel stable, you found your gazing point, then extend that arm up. Or maybe both arms. And breathe. Good. And then exhale, bring that left arm down. Release the left leg and walk it out. And then coming around behind the chair, I'm going to turn a little bit on an angle so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to come into half moon pose. So this is an opposite arm and leg. So we'll start by keeping the right hand on the chair, shift the weight to the left leg and extend the left arm. And then as you have that weight over in the left, you're going to lean a little bit to the left and see if you can lift your right leg out to the side. You're going to feel that in those glutes, which is building lots of strength in those hips. Good. Continue to breathe. Good. Exhale, bring that right leg, left arm down, walk it out. Let's try it on the other side. So you'll have the left hand on the chair, shift the weight to the right leg. Left leg's out to the side, extend the right arm. Inhale, and then as you exhale, lean a little bit to the right. See if you can lift that left leg. And breathe. Good, and then exhale, bring that right arm down, left leg down. Boy, you really feel great for strengthening those glutes too. All right, let's go ahead and have a seat. So we're going to work the back here, a little bit of core work. We're going to walk the hips up to the edge of the chair. And then extending the arms out in front of you, we're going to do a back extension. I'm actually going to turn sideways in the chair so you can see what I'm doing. So imagine, you know, I have the back of the chair here behind me, but I'm sitting up away from it. And with an inhale, you're going to lengthen. I'm bending from the hip. I'm just going to lean back a little bit. You may touch the back of the chair or maybe not. And then inhale, you're going to pull yourself back up. Good. Exhale, bending from the hip so the back stays straight. Inhale, back to center. Good. Try it again. Exhale. Good. Inhale, back up. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Let's try it 2 more times. Exhale. And inhale. So you're using your abs and you pull yourself back up. Exhale. The back is working here. And inhale. Good. Release those arms down. Wiggle it out a little bit. And then we're going to come into a back bend. Again, I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so you can see where my arms are. All right, so stay up at the edge of the chair. Bring your arms around. You can hold on to the back legs of the chair or the seat of the chair. Kind of depends, you know, what type of chair that you have. All right, so this is our seated cobra. So with an inhale, you're going to extend, lift the chest and the chin up towards the ceiling. And then with the exhale, looking up, bending from the mid-spine. And come back to your nice, even breathing. Now, if that bothers your neck, you can hold your neck up a little bit so it's more in line with the spine. It's up to you. Good, and with your next exhale, go ahead and release. Come back to neutral, wiggle it out a little bit. Good. And then sitting now about midway in your chair, coming into a twist. So we'll take our feet and you're just going to shuffle your feet over to the right. Hips haven't moved, they're still facing forward. The thighs are just angled a little bit to the right. So we're going to take the right hand and place it on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, turn and look to the left. So you're deepening that twist a little bit by turning the thighs to the right. Good. And then exhale back to center. Let's try it on the other side. So we'll shuffle those feet over to the left. Take the left hand, place it on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale as you turn and look to the right. Good. And continue to breathe. And then inhale back to center and exhale as you release the twist. Shuffling those feet back to center and then hip walking it up to the edge of the chair. And then extending the right leg, make sure you can see my feet. Extending the right leg out in front of you, heels on the floor. And you're going to bring your foot to kind of the center because you're going to take your left foot and you're going to stack your left heel on top of your right toes. So right away, I can feel that stretch in my left hamstring. So position yourself on the chair so you feel that stretch. If this is a nice stretch here, then stay here. If you would like to deepen the stretch a little bit, come back to bending from the hip, keeping the back straight. Just bring the chest forward a little bit. Tighten the top of this thigh, that left thigh. Good, and continue to breathe. Again, paying attention to those that hamstring, making sure that there's no pain or discomfort, just a deep stretch. Good, and then inhale, come on up. Release the left leg, bring the left leg to the center, and we'll switch, stack the right foot. Good. All right, so feeling that nice stretch in the right hamstring. If you would like to deepen, and just extending forward a little bit. And continue to breathe. Good, and then inhale, lift the torso. Go ahead and release the right leg. And then coming back to about the middle of the seat, We're going to do a stretch for the hip. If you've been told not to cross on the thigh, then simply cross your right foot over the left ankle and just open up that right knee. Otherwise, we're going to take the right leg. Now, we're not going to completely cross the thigh. You're going to cross, but leave your right leg up in the air so you can put your you're going to put your hands on top of the knee. And then you're going to pull the knee in towards your left shoulder. So make sure you've got some room to move your leg. And as I do that, I can feel that over here in that right hip. So just pulling that knee in so you feel a nice stretch. Good, and then release. We'll try it on the other side. If you've been told not to do that, that's a pretty intense internal rotation. Then just come here for this gentle external rotation. Again, you're still stretching those glutes. If not, as you go to cross the thighs, just don't completely cross them. Leave some room between the thighs so you can rotate the leg, pulling that left knee now towards that right shoulder. Good, and breathing. Good, and then as you exhale and release, we'll widen the knees, coming into our last stretch here for the hips, now more the inner thighs into the hips that way. Hands can rest, either the hands or the forearms against the inner thighs. So inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, you're tipping the pelvis forward. So again, the back stays straight. You're not rounding. You're just tipping it forward. Keep the chest lifted. Press the hands against the thighs. Gives you a little isometric contraction there in the arms, and then stretch in the inner thighs. And breathe. Good, and with the inhale, go ahead and lift the torso. Walk your feet in. And then sitting up nice and tall, sweep those arms all the way out and behind you as you open up through the chest, looking up. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms all the way around and give yourself a big hug. Good. And inhale once more. Open up through the chest. And with your exhale and the sweep, switch the top arm this time as you give yourself a hug. Good. And then exhale, release the arms, wiggle it out a little bit. And then we'll begin to come into Savasana, our final relaxation. So walking the hips back to the back of the chair. Again, relaxing the back. Hands resting in the lap, extending the feet a little bit out in front of you, and closing the eyes. And turning the attention back to the breath. Notice the inhale. And notice the exhale. And after your next inhale, begin to lengthen the exhale. And continue lengthening each exhale until they become about twice as long as the inhale. And then focus on the physical body. Relax all the muscles from the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. Release any tension or tightness. And then focus on the mind. Release any thoughts, worries, or anxieties. And with your next inhale, think the word so. And with the exhale, think the word hum, which means I am, or use any other words or phrase that has meaning to you. And allow yourself just a few moments completely let go. Begin to deepen your breath. And then start moving your fingers and toes. And then the wrists and the ankles. Slowly bending one knee and then the other. And keeping the body relaxed and the eyes closed for another moment. Focus on the intention that you set at the beginning of the practice. then we'll take one more deep cleansing breath. So take a nice big inhale and exhale it all out. And then go ahead and lift your head and open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.